section down. And this is Ryan Salazar, Ryan Michael Salazar. What other names do I have? Rafael Salazar. Ryozuki, Jen Kazama, Kazuma Kiryu, Inuyasha. These are all like parts of my past that I find there's correlation concerning these titles of video games. There's a Japanese animation, and that's about it, I think. But so that's the reason why I'm mentioning those, because there's that keyword. I don't like to think it's too weird, but it is kind of different to keep. It's not that I want to focus on the word correlation, but I want to focus on the concept of what correlation is to these topics of Shenmue, Tekken's Jen Kazama, Kazuma Kiryu, and Inuyasha. Now, some of these topics are very controversial, but the only reason I'm bringing these up, and I actually am regretting that I'm starting to bring these up, kind of, but the correlation is kind of maybe perhaps controversial, and, you know, like it's going to cause something. I don't want to say it's going to cause problems in my family, but it just is controversial, and that's really the key word, because there's actually parts of my history and my past really that I would rather be untold or personal. But the fact is that because there's this Tekken, especially with Jen Kazama, I don't really know if all those parts of the story of Jen Kazama are really true. And I want to make sure that's very clear in this video, because I'm very, I'm a little bit disturbed even to realize, like what the key elements to this, it takes elements to make up something that's a composition of something, and the elements it takes, or whatever the ingredients it takes to make up this composition, this composed recipe of, what I'm talking about, the subject. And there's parts of this, Tekken, that I don't really know. I never knew for a lot of years, but I always knew this. It had the fight choreography that I used when I trained with those Dan instructors. Now, that's also the same way I feel with Shenmue. And a lot of this came from Shenmue, and some of it came from, Tekken, but Tekken, I believe, came more from Shenmue. And Shenmue is where it all started, I think, with the fight choreography, and that's what I always knew. My fight choreography was very, very much reflecting my past history, the fight choreography, because those are my moves. And I did those moves 28 years ago from Shenmue, and I'm doing those again, if not all of them, what I can do today. And that's what I'm trying to really convey to the people watching my YouTube channel. And I'm trying to really keep this as appropriate and as professional as I can, because I do apologize very much to the audiences that have watched my material that, let me say, I am not educated in like Howard Specs University or some other broadcasting schooling. I just do what I do because I'm trying to seek my knowledge, my findings. I'm doing this all myself, like DIY. Do it yourself, and all I can really come about to really discovering on my own is the fact that just, you know, like, it is what it is, I could say. And what it is not all that I really uh you know, have intended to really find myself. And because I'm finding these things on my own, uh you know, like say concerning Shenmue and whatever it is, it's just, this is really like, let me say this. It's kind of a scary thing for me to talk about this, but I'm going to say this. I'm going to point out this right here. There's two, not going to say two, but there's one part of Shenmue and there's one part of Tekken, and you have to follow maybe Tekken Bloodline also, but who is Ryu Hazuki's real mother and who is Jin Kazama's mother or whatever, you know, they don't talk about the mother. Now, I believe there's, you know, this is what I want to say. I don't like focusing on that aspect really of that, but I'm not, you know, this, how do I say this? I know there's a disclaimer for Shenmue, but I don't know if there's a disclaimer for Tekken, the story of Tekken's Jin Kazama. Now, this is what I really believe my DON instructors want me to figure out for a lot of years, and I apologize. I may have some minor anxiety to speak of this, but that's because you know, it's not the easiest thing for me to figure out and to really unravel it the right way, because it's gonna have some kinks in it. It's gonna have some flaws in my broadcast, because this is coming from my heart and my, you know, my own my mind, my soul, my heart is coming from me, and I'm just pulling it out of me. And really, the fact that I think perhaps some of this might be truth or untrue, but whatever, I just, you know, let me just say this, okay? Jin in Bushido means mercy, and the mercy is deriving, like, it means mercy because that part of Bushido, which has other descriptions in the Bushido, there's different parts of Bushido, but Jin, meaning like it means mercy because he's that part of the Jin is powerful, so mercy. Now, with that being said, let me start today's broadcast with I'm wanting to quote. This is part 1 of my broadcast. I'm at 8 minutes now. I put this here. I've got a coaster here that and you know, I'm using like an old kind of a, like, well, it's not old, but it's you know, family tradition, holiday, festive, full kind of a Christmas, like, what's it say? Baby, it's cold outside. That's from like Christmas, you know, but all these holiday oriented kind of a theme cups, they're for sale. And when you buy them, well, they're like, to me, they're like redundantly, you know, they keep selling these and people keep buying them. They're so cheap, or they're so common. So really, I just, I was going to talk about this coaster here. It's this coaster I believe I've shown before, is this one, Tekken 3. And I bought this from Etsy.com. See? And this coaster is it's just basically comes from England, comes from or perhaps maybe it's designed in England, I don't know. But it's just the fact that it helps serve the purpose of holding my cup of coffee. And okay, it holds my coffee, but it has the design of Tekken, which I like. Now, I'm wanting to really say and emphasize I've got to get control of my heart rate. I have this condition called rapid heart rate, and there's a reason I take what is the medicine? I don't even know. I don't even know why. Excuse me, I'm showing it, but see, there's a good life I'm supposed to be living. I believe I'm supposed to be living a good life, the good life, because and I always was supposed to live that good life, but that didn't happen for reasons I won't say at the moment. But this a Tylenol, see, okay, a Tylenol. You read that, Tylenol. Yeah. And you know what? It's my name. That doesn't matter. Might as well show my name. I don't even know why. You know what? See, automatically, like, I do that because well, you know, I'm not raised Catholic. I'll just say that. But yep, I'm raised like a good man, but uh perhaps the right word is to say perhaps I like to think differently than the way I rather maybe taught by someone else. And this is good coffee. Good. I've got Sumtra mixed in the coffee that I made here. And this is part one.